My name is Phil Hokinson. I'm the Veteran Service Officer here at UAF. I think one of the things that's most challenging about the transition from the military to academia is, you're used to a very, very structured life and a lot of, very concise guidance. You look at like a technical manual or a field manual. Every single procedure is broken down by the numbers. You do this, 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 this. So when you have like a more open kind of assignment where you're asking them maybe to be more creative, or sometimes getting into the habit of that can be challenging for some veterans. As far as bridging the gap, I would just, I guess, encourage them to maybe if you could hone it in a little bit, kind of encourage them to write about personal experiences or something like that, where they can bring to bear all that knowledge and experience they have to an assignment. There's a lot of like workshops. There's a lot of writing workshops out there for veterans now because it's really considered, one of the ways to kind of confront and deal with experiences that maybe weren't so good in the military, or just to kind of unload and maybe fictionalize some of the experience. A lot of veterans have written short stories. It was an article that I read written by a veteran who said, some of these workshops they would just kind of say, hey, write about whatever you want, and they weren't really willing to be critical of the writing because that was their experience, and they didn't want to I guess taint the experience of writing for the veteran. But he said, the best ones were when the English teacher was really like, hey, I like what you're doing here, but this is where, I think you could expand here. I think you could take this somewhere else or whatever. People who are more critical were more helpful to the writing process. That's kind of the point of writing about this stuff, if it's to be seen by anyone else, is to share that experience and help everyone else understand. One of the common things about military experience is first followership, learning how to be a follower, which is basically what you spend. If you're an enlisted soldier, you spend your first few years kind of learning the ropes, learning about your profession, your specific occupational specialty. And then, once you have that mastered, and once you've proven yourself to be, a good follower, you start to take on leadership responsibilities as well. So, generally with a veteran in the classroom, you're going to get somebody who's tends to be a little more serious, very focused on, what the task at hand is. Sometimes it can be frustrating if they see people who aren't necessarily taking everything as seriously as them, or making noise, or showing disrespect. I think that's really something that they bring. They bring leadership and a whole range of experience. They've seen a lot of things that most people will never get to see.